रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः. Kishkindha Kand, chapter number 17. Vali accuses Rama. The recitation begins now. Vali, the hero of 100 fights, was struck down by the sharp shaft of Rama and lay in the dust, his mighty limbs all awry, that priceless ornaments graced, even like a huge tree brought down by the woodman's axe, or the banner of Indra whose stay ropes have loosened. The earth grew dark without him, even as a moonless sky. Albeit he lay on the ground struck to the heart, his glory faded not, nor the fame, nor the strength, nor the valor of the mighty one. The garland of gold, gem encrusted, presented to him by his father Indra, kept up his fame, glory, and life breaths. Even like the sunset clouds, red-lined looked he, as he lay with the necklace about his shoulders. His lustre divided itself, as it were, among the necklace, his mighty frame, and the arrow that laid him low. The shaft that sped from Rama's bow opened wide for him the gates of the warrior's heaven, and ultimately the glorious liberation. Ah, that is a hero, that is the prince of archers who shot this dart, cried Vali in sincere admiration of his foe, and turning himself slowly and in exquisite agony, he searched all around for his enemy with his keen glances. Like a fire burnt down, or the emperor Yayati hurled to the earth from the world of gods when his merit dried up, or the lord of day dashed to the ground from his seat on high on the eve of dissolution by the relentless hand of fate, or the mountain Mahendra that none could shake, or Mahendra the lord of celestials that none dare oppose. Did Vali, the son of Mahendra, measure his length on the ground in all the pride and glory of his leonine shoulders, long muscular arms, golden eyes, and face resplendent as the sun or the fire, while the garland of gold round his neck but heightened his lustre and majesty. Rama and Lakshmana now approached the fallen hero with slow and thoughtful steps. Then did Vali fix his piercing eyes upon the mighty brothers, and spoke sweet yet severe words, consonant with reason and justice. The firstborn of the Emperor Dasharatha, of peerless fame, you ever delight in following the highest dharma, come of the highest lineage, observant of vows, fasts, and penances, endowed with the quality of sattva or serenity, and boundless spiritual lustre. What did you hope to get? What glory when you shot your deadly arrow at my breast, who knew not of your presence and was engaged in mortal fight with my brother? All beings sing your praises high. Rama knows best and most perfectly the nature of compassion. He ever seeks the welfare of all creatures. He is the very soul of mercy. He never allows his anger or energy to run away with him. He has steeped himself in the traditions and etiquette of the elders. He never goes back upon his word. As a king and the descendant of kings, you know well that the books declare that the kings are endowed with such noble qualities as self-restraint, calmness, forgiveness, righteousness, straight speech, prowess, and utter justice in punishing the guilty. Tara, my wife, almost fought with me to keep me back, but I put her aside and came out to fight with my brother. Why? I place implicit faith in the noble and righteous line of Ikshvaku to which you claim to belong, and upon the royal excellences I referred to just now. I came here and found you not. Was I wrong in concluding that Rama is too noble to attack me when I am engaged in mortal combat with another? But fool that I was not to guess that you are unspeakably black-hearted, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a votary of iniquity, a ruined well hid by green grass, a wretch that walks about masquerading as the good and the holy, a cruel fire encrusted with cold ashes, a hypocritical villain that makes a living out of hollow virtue and holiness. Say, what crime am I guilty of in the towns or the countries within your jurisdiction? Did I harm you or insult you? What foul fiend put it into your head to strike me dead, guiltless that I am? A poor monkey I, who roam the woods living on fruits and roots and berries. Did I seek you out in fight? How dare you shoot me down when I was fighting with another? You bear about you the signs of your unholy act. Nay, it is blazoned on you. Born of the race of warriors, you sat at the feet of the wise and the learned to perfect yourself in the arts and sciences of your age. You flaunt on your person the marks and signs of a just and holy man. Now find me out any one who would stoop to perpetrate this mean and cruel act. Rama! I would give worlds to have my fingers round the throat of that consummate villain who gave you the name that you disgrace, the one that you least deserve, the giver of boundless delight to all beings. Why are you allowed to walk the earth in your witching loveliness, the sign of noble and just kings? You have somehow managed to earn the name of a righteous man, but are you not the very soul and essence of wanton cruelty and ferocity? Know ye not that kings have it in them by birth to conciliate others with sweet and loving speech, to give largely to the poor and the needy, and never say nay, to forget and forgive the evil that others do unto them, to cast their shield over those that seek refuge of them, to stand by truth through danger and distress, to remain unshaken as a lordly mountain, though round their feet surge and soar the billows of dire adversity, to consume with the fire of their wrath all that come against them, and to strike unerringly at those that outrage law and justice? And what crime do you impute to me? I am a denizen of the woods, you are a dweller of the cities. I am a monkey, you are a man. I feed upon roots and fruits, you live upon the food and drink of kings. You are the firstborn of an emperor, and I am your humble servant. Then what could set us against one another? Again, land, gold, silver, and other such worldly goods are said to be the cause of enmity and quarrel. Do you covet what I have, my house, my wealth, roots and fruits? Justice and mercy adorn the brows of noble rulers. Injustice and persecution stain the hands of mean and wicked tyrants. These are apart as the poles. It is not allowed to kings to discharge their duties as they like. But lust and passion rule your heart, unbridled in your fury, lawless, ever confusing the two lines of actions. Your hand strikes down anyone whom your inconsiderate wrath marks as a victim. Virtue and righteousness are hateful to you. You have no faith in them. Your foul heart ever covets the goods of others. You give free play to your rebellious senses. Come now, how would you explain or justify your action before the good and the holy, that you slew me, all innocent, and earned the contempt and scorn of the world to the end of time? Doubt it not, the deepest and darkest hells reserved for the most atrocious sinners gape wide to engulf him who lifts a deadly hand against the king, the Brahmana, and the cow, the low thief, the wanton destroyer of beasts and birds, the dark-hearted atheist, the traitor that marries before his elder brother, the tale-bearer, the skinflint, the false friend, and the unnameable monster who would defile the bed of him that opened his eyes to truth and wisdom. Say not, it is the duty of Kshatriyas to hunt, and there is no sin in slaying you, a ranger of the forests. My skin serves you not as a rug like that of a deer or a tiger or the bear. My fleece is not worked into shawls and wraps like the product of silkworm. My bones are not converted to any use like the tusks of the elephant. And hermits such as you do not even waste a glance at my flesh. Then why did you slay me? The books lay it down that of the five-nailed animals, the twice born are to feed upon the porcupine, the boar that kills the hounds, the hare, the turtle, and the iguana. Those conversant with dharma would defile themselves if they touched the skin or bones of one such as myself. And would they feed upon my flesh? Then why did you slay me, the most useless of the five-nailed species? Tara, almost omniscient, counseled me my good and the truth, but I put her away and came here cozened by fate, and I paid for it with my life. You are no fit ruler of this earth, even as a fickle-minded man is no fit husband for a noble and chaste wife. What cruel sin in the far off past did King Dasharatha perpetrate to beget you as a son? You that work the ruin of others in darkness and silence, that makes it a living to bring danger and destruction upon others, that hold nothing too mean or too vile for you, that veneer yourself with sanctimonious calm and serenity, and are in a word the most abandoned of sinners? Rama, the mad elephant, burst its bonds of righteousness, passed beyond the bounds of the dharma of the good and the holy, heeded not the sharp goad of virtue, and trampled me to death. Know ye not that the good will hold you in eternal contempt and scorn for having committed this heinous sin that serves you to no good, and that the righteous shrink from it in horror? What stood in the way of your working your will and displaying your valor upon Ravana, who carried away your wife, instead of directing it like a coward upon me, who never did you the least good or evil? Had you faced me like a man and stood up to me in a fair fight, your vile carcass would have by this time cumbered the earth, and your slimy soul would have been trembling before the awful majesty of Yama. Do you call yourself a man, a kshatriya, the son of an emperor, the scion of the Ikshvakus, that you let fly your shaft from behind a tree to slay me, whom none had hitherto dared to face in battle, even as a serpent bites a man who sleeps heavily under the influence of liquor? Had you intimated to me at any time that you wanted Sita to be restored to you, the very next moment she would have been by your side. Was it not to slay Ravana that you allied yourself with Sugriva and killed me to win his favor? That self-same Ravana would have been brought to you, dead or living, with a halter round his neck. It matters not whether he hides Sita in the ocean depths or in the nether worlds. A word from you, and I would have restored her to your arms, even as Lord Hayagriva of your slew Madhu and Kaitapa and brought back to the earth the Shruti Shvetasvatari that they hid in the Patala. It is but just that Sugriva should sit upon the throne after me. But it is all unjust that you should kill me by foul treachery in defiance of law and right. Man is born but to die, but ponder well and justify yourself before me for having basely slain me from a covert position. Then the noble Vali lay silent, his eyes fixed upon Rama, who shone like the sun, for the monkey king's mouth was dry and parched from the agony of his wound and the effort of his long and passionate talk. Mangalam Koshalendraya Mahaniya Gunabde Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.